Hey guys, real quick before the video starts, I just want to say I'm really sorry for the lack of activity on my channel. I've had a lot of problems with my computer and my setup in general, but I got them all fixed and I'm ready to start posting more. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Hey, what's going on guys? Paycheck Savage here, and in today's video, I'm just going to be answering a bunch of questions I got from my friends on Twitter and Snapchat. So I wanted to start this type of series for a while. It's just an NBA Q&A, and if you guys like to see this and you guys want to see more, like and subscribe. And now let's get into it with the first question of the day. LeCarry James said, what are your top 5 rookies for next year and your pick for rookie of the year? My top 5 rookies are, from 1 to 5, DeAndre Ayton, Luka Doncic, Marvin Bagley, Colin Sexton, and Trae Young. I think Trae Young will be, I think all 5 actually will have good rookie years, and I think DeAndre Ayton will win rookie of the year. Next question comes from Thomas, who says, how likely is it for LeBron, PG, or Kawhi to join the Sixers? I think it's kind of likely for LeBron to go there, but I doubt the other two. I think LeBron's either going to go to Houston or Philly. Paul George is either going to the Lakers or the Thunder, and I think Kawhi is not getting traded at all. Next question comes from Tyler, who says why the Celtics' young core is better than the Lakers, and with no disrespect at all, I really don't think it's close at all. Kyrie's really young. They have Terry Rozier, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Just have a lot more talent, and they have postseason experience. Kyrie was on Cleveland. Tatum and Brown had significant roles in this run to the conference finals. Thus, they have more postseason experience, and I just think they're better players overall. And I think the Lakers have a phenomenal young core, but it's just the Celtics are better. Next question comes from Taro, who says, what are your top 5 coaches in the NBA? And from 1 to 5, I have Popovich, Stevens, Mike D'Antoni, Steve Kerr, and Rick Carlisle. Next question comes from ZJ, who says, what should LeBron do this offseason? If I'm LeBron, I'm either going to Houston, San Antonio, Boston, or Philadelphia. I don't even consider coming back to Cleveland. With Dan Gilbert and just the incompetency in that front office and ownership, there's no reason for LeBron to stay there. The Cleveland Cavaliers team, especially Dan Gilbert, is so lucky that LeBron James was born in Akron, Ohio. Because then after he left in 2010, he would not come back. He would not get them a championship. But that's neither here nor there. But the Cavs team is just not a competitor at all. If you take LeBron off the team, they're not good at all. If LeBron wants to win, he goes to Houston. If he wants to stay in the Eastern Conference, he goes to Philadelphia or Boston. And I think San Antonio is a good sleeper team. No, he respects Popovich. Him and Kawhi would be a deadly duo. I keep an eye out for that as well. And the next question comes from Marcos, who says, what is the best destination for Paul George? And that's easy, Oklahoma City. No, he's not a superstar, but I think he's a phenomenal second option, and that's exactly what he'd be on Oklahoma City with Westbrook. They were a good duo together. But the Lakers, I don't really know why the Lakers want to go after him, because he's not a franchise player. I don't think Paul George is the type of guy to build your franchise around. We saw that in Indiana, didn't really quite work out. So I think Paul George wants to stay in Oklahoma City. I think he wants to win. He wants to play with Westbrook, and who knows what else they can do this offseason. Next question comes from the closing one, who says, what are 3 players you expect to improve a lot in 2019? My 3 players are Kevin Love, because I think he's going to have a much bigger role with LeBron leaving, Lonzo Ball, and Brandon Ingram, 2 players on the Lakers who I think will just continue to develop and they'll have a breakout season. Next question comes from Gordon Matt, who says, what was the biggest problem with the OK3 and can they fix it? The biggest problem was that there's only one basketball, and that Carmelo Anthony just had a really, really bad year. Carmelo Anthony, you need to come off the bench at this stage in your career. Be a 6-man. You can still get 28 to 32 minutes a night, still have all your shots you want, but Paul George and Westbrook need to be the 2 guys there. Just 3 ball-dominant players is just not really a good idea a lot. They don't really work out well. But I think Paul George and Westbrook can be a good duo. I think if they didn't trade for Melo, they kept Cantor and all the assets they traded, I think they honestly could have beaten the Warriors in the playoffs, could have beaten the Rockets. They would have been a top 2 to 3 team in the West, and I strongly believe they would have made the conference finals. They could fix it by not drawing up a lot of plays for Melo, running less ISO ball, which is not going to happen because Billy Donovan is not a good coach and only knows how to draw ISOs for Westbrook or Paul George. And just get more 3-and-D type players, don't really need the ball to do well. Like Steven Adams is a great center for that team. Just some 3-and-D players, wings on the team depth. Next question comes from Lord Oubre, who says, if the game is on the line and you need a 3, are you giving it to Ray Allen, Steph Curry, or Klay Thompson? My answer is Ray Allen, and here's why. Ray Allen is a much more clutch shooter than Steph Curry. No disrespect to Steph at all, but Ray Allen just hit countless shot after shot. 2013 game 6 in the corner. 1, 2, 3 seconds left. I'm looking for Ray Allen for a 3. Next question comes from @OB2Turnt, who says, rank your top 5 young cores and why? Number 1, Celtics. They have the postseason experience. They're so extremely young. 2, I'd have to go with the 76ers. Embiid, Simmons, Fultz, Covington. Still some more picks. They have an extremely young team that can only go up. 3, I have the Lakers. Lonzo, Ingram, Kuzma, Hart. Just a lot lot of good young talent that can just develop. 4, I'd go with the Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray, Jokic, Gary Harris. They're a good, underrated team. Number 5, I'd have to go with the Chicago Bulls. Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, the early pick they have in this year's draft. They can only go up. See what you want about the Bulls front office, but they're putting together a really nice rebuild. Next question comes from Father Prime, who says, who are your top 5 shooting guards all time and why? And for 1 to 5, I'd have to go MJ, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, James Harden, and Ray Allen. No, MJ is the top 1 to 2 player of all time, easily the best shooting guard of all time. Kobe's another amazing player. He has to obviously be number 2. Dwayne Wade was an amazing player whose prime was cut short due to injuries. He has to be at 3. Harden, he's just entering his prime, but he's been put together an amazing career since coming to Houston. And Ray Allen, you know, he was solid for so long in Milwaukee, in Seattle, in Boston, and even in Miami as a role player. And the next question is from Tariq Hester, who says, what improvements do the Bulls need to make this offseason? Honestly, they don't even need to do a lot. You know, they have good young talent. They still have an early pick. Don't rush it by signing some Isaiah Thomas type players. Just let the rebuild happen and just slowly develop the team. Next question comes from Cole, who says, talk about how the Celtics were winning without Kyrie. 2 words, Brad Stevens. Celtics system is amazing, second best in NBA behind the Spurs, and the fact that Brad Stevens was able to take that team to the conference finals, push LeBron James to 7 games without his 2 best players is just amazing. Does this mean Kyrie Irving is not valuable? Not exactly. I don't think he's like MVP levels, but he's definitely important, and team was able to succeed without him. But with Kyrie, they probably beat Cleveland in that game. Is Kyrie a superstar? No, he's a star. Stars are important to their teams. No disrespect to Kyrie Irving, top 5 point guard, but the Celtics can't succeed without him. Next question comes from Dennis, who says, you need 1 defensive stop for your life. Who you taking? If this means I need to get like 1 guy to defend for me and get a stop on someone to save my life, I'm picking Kawhi Leonard. I believe he's one of the best, if not the best defender this game's ever seen. Next question is from Ben, who says, in 5 years, who will be the best current NBA player? And it's easily, in my opinion, Anthony Davis. No, outside of KD, Braun, Curry, Harden, I would think the next best player in the league is Anthony Davis, up there with Kawhi Leonard for great younger players. And I believe in 5 years, Anthony Davis will continue to grow into an amazing, unstoppable player. And I believe that he will go down as the greatest power forward of all time. It's just about getting the accomplishments. Question is from Henry, who says, how can Cleveland keep LeBron? And honestly, I don't even think they can, but for them to even have a shot at it, I think they have to trade the ace pick for Kemba Walker, Dwight Howard, just another like good all-star to put next to LeBron and Kevin Love. But again, like I don't think Kemba Walker or Dwight Howard is the thing that's pushing this team past the Golden State Warriors, and that's all LeBron James wants to do at this point in his career. Cleveland needs to focus on life after LeBron James, which is what will be a reality. Do they build around Kevin Love? Who do they pick as the ace pick? Do they pick Trae Young? That's something that this team will need to decide on in this offseason, and just LeBron's out of the plans. Next question is from Xavier, who says, Kobe or LeBron? And for me, it's LeBron. I think LeBron's a more complete, well-rounded player than Kobe Bryant, and I just think LeBron James hasn't had the talent around him for his entire career like Kobe has to have the 5 rings. LeBron James didn't get drafted by a team that had in their prime Shaquille O'Neal, who was just dominating every single team they played. He didn't have that. He didn't have Phil Jackson as his head coach. I know LeBron had the Heat team, but after 2012, 2013, Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh were significantly like hurt, and like they were just like a shell of themselves. In 2011, that was the peak year, but LeBron choked. That was LeBron's 1 bad year. And interesting fact, that Heat team lost in 6. The Lakers got swept in that same year. Kobe Bryant just got swept by the same team that LeBron lost to in 6 when LeBron played god off. Thing is though, LeBron James is the unluckiest player in the NBA when it comes to finals. Since 2015, Kevin Love and Kyrie go down. That's the year that they really can win. 2007, he goes up against a prime Spurs team, was a team that shouldn't even be anywhere near that. 2014, Wade and Bosh were hurt. 2017, going up against a much more stacked team than he had. 2018, the same exact thing. Dude put up 51, 8 and 8, and he lost by 10. LeBron James is doing everything he can. It's just not enough. He's gonna become 3 and 6, and people are gonna use that to discredit him when it's really not a fair thing to judge him by. The next question comes from Matt, who says, would LeBron's legacy be destroyed if he went to Golden State? Yes, 100% yes, because you can't join the team that's beat you back-to-back years, that you played in 4 straight finals. You're not Kevin Durant. You can't join that team. You need to go to a Houston, a San Antonio, a Boston, a Philadelphia, and build a team that can beat Golden State. Even if Golden State has to get rid of Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, it's still a weak move by LeBron James to do that. And LeBron James wouldn't do that. I don't know LeBron, but I'm pretty sure that LeBron would not want to join the team that's beaten him and in back-to-back years in 3 out of the last 4 years. The next question comes from Michael, who asks, is LeBron James better than Michael Jordan? And my answer to that is yes. I strongly believe that LeBron James is a better basketball player than Michael Jordan and is the greatest basketball player of all time. What LeBron James is doing this postseason at 33 years old, with his second best player being an inconsistent Kevin Love and his third best player being George Hill on his team. At 33 years old, going up against 3 teams in the Eastern Conference, all who had substantially better rosters than this team. He's carried this team at 33 years old, having to play over 44 minutes almost every single game just to get swept in the finals, losing a game where he had 51 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. LeBron James is doing all this just to get swept 3-6 in the finals. Should not be held against it. But of course, that's what people are going to use to discredit him when he gets near Michael Jordan. But pure skill, LeBron James has done a lot more in this postseason than Michael Jordan could with his roster. Give Michael Jordan this roster, I honestly don't even think they beat the Celtics. That's something that I believe. And they would get swept by the Warriors as well. This Warriors team, 4 All-Stars compared to 2 on this Cleveland team. LeBron James has his work cut out for him. He's doing this, 33 years old, risking injury every single night, and he's just gonna get swept. LeBron James is a more complete basketball player than Michael Jordan, and in my opinion, is a better basketball player than Michael Jordan. LeBron James is playing in the finals against 4 All-Stars while he is not getting calls. The refs are definitely favoring Golden State. I'm not trying to say the NBA is rigged or anything. I'm just saying LeBron James does not get as many calls as he really should, and not to mention that Draymond Green clawed his eye out, sprained his ankle. LeBron James is banged up, and he's still putting up 30-point triple-doubles. He's still putting up 51, 8, and 8. He's still carrying this team, and if his teammates weren't dumb, they'd be up 2-1 right now. If J.R. Smith just put up that layup after he got the rebound instead of running the clock out, they won game 1. Steph Curry had 4 points until 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 4 points from Steph Curry. Cleveland, the supporting cast around LeBron, has to step up. They did in game 3. LeBron James did back, but you have to do more. Can't just have LeBron James do every single thing. 33 years old. LeBron James has had to do a lot more for this team than Michael Jordan ever had to do in Chicago, with Scottie Pippen next to him, with Phil Jackson as his head coach. LeBron James has had his work cut out for him since he stepped foot on an NBA court and has lived up to everything. LeBron James, in my opinion, is the GOAT. And I think that long ass rant is a good place to end this video. If you guys like these NBA Q&As, you guys wanna ask some more questions, just tweet them to me at Prime Faison. Link will be in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, comment down below some more videos you guys like to see me put out. And yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you guys later. Peace. I am out.